Now I'm going to give the brief introduction and explanation of this project, including the working of this project. First of all, our data was divided into two parts, namely into two tables. The first table was greph NY data, and the second was the GA hit level info. We have to combine both the tables by using the node ID. So, first of all, our first task was to make the heat map between the source and the page infos. So then we have to make the report as this of to find the insights of the data. We have given the story as a success if the page views of that particular story is greater than 35,000, and if the page views lies between 3,500 and 35,000, we labeled it as needs improvement, and if the page views are less than 3,500, we have labeled it as failure. So this is the pie chart of the stories based on the story finder. Like 31 stories are labeled as success, 269 stories are labeled as failure, and 129 as needs improvement. So next we have drawn a bar chart based on the story finders. This is like most of the stories are given by the reporter, the source named reporter. Number of stories are given are 131, and the least is given by WBCB or Steve, we can say, because both are one. Next is volume of success per story finder, like how many success stories are given by a particular story finder. The most successful story finder is SM because his success percentage is most, and if we goes by count, then the reporter has most success number of stories as success. He has 10 success stories. Next, we have volume of stories per source, like reporter as the most number of stories per source, like the reporter has most number of stories. We have also make this table as dynamic. It will change as the values of this data will change. And next is volume of success per source, like how many success stories are given by per source, like how many success stories are given by reporter and Reddit, Twitter, like this. Next is uh, story finder versus success, like how many story finder are given by particular sources, like the most of the stories given by reporter are of this, and it is labeled by different colors, and this is the most successful published time, like what is the published time of the story given it is success, needs improvement, or failure. This is the deadline analysis, like how many uh, how many sources give, how many reporters give the story under the deadline, like Zoe Sterkovich give 59 stories under the deadline part time. This is the deadline versus published chart, like what is the deadline time and what was the published time of a particular story. Like most of the stories were post early than the deadline time. This is the deadline versus submit chart, like what is the deadline and what is the submit time of the story, and what is the difference between the deadline versus submit chart. Like most of the stories were given early, around 10 to 20 stories were given between the 30 minutes time gap, and one or two number of stories were given between or less than 3 hours. My name is Rushant. I have been working on this project from October 2021. I have been working with Blackcoffer from August 2021. It is very amazing working with this organization. I have learned a lot of things working in this, like making Power BI reports and Google Data Studio projects. Thank you.